watching Press TV. My name is Mehrdad Yazdani, and I'm back to discuss the recent developments with a Middle East expert, Mohammad Saleh, and try to put things in better perspective. Mr. Saleh, welcome to the program. There we have Samir Kuntar, a resistance fighter who spent nearly 30 years in Israeli custody. Yet he speaks with apparently an undiminished fervor for continuing the resistance. What message does that send to Israel?
Of course, we knew Samir Kuntar from his letters to the resistance and to the leader of the resistance, the Secretary General Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, during his stay in the prisons of the Israeli prisons. And he was really talking in a most fervent struggler for freedom and sustaining and helping the resistance in Lebanon, especially his letters during the Israeli hostilities against Lebanon in 2006. He was very brave, and he stands still in supporting the resistance and resisting all the pressures from the Israelis to make him silent about these things. And he was really against the current of some of the Lebanese who really conspired against the resistance. This spirit, really, we can see it tonight in his speech in front of the Lebanese who gathered to greet Al-Kuntar and his friends and his companions who were liberated by the resistance and by the will of the leader of this resistance. A new victory of this resistance, a great feast of the Lebanese by this deal, and a new way of dealing with this enemy that he can't get anything from Lebanon by the existence of this resistance. And all the Lebanese now, in this moment, really feel the victory and the great achievement of this resistance.
Mr. Saleh, the exchange of prisoners happened on almost exactly the same terms set out by Hezbollah before the 33-day war, which was acknowledged even by the Israelis themselves as a defeat for the Israeli military. Hezbollah's tactics seem to have worked, and it seems that Hezbollah is coming out stronger than ever before. What does that tell us about the current state of the Lebanese resistance movement, Hezbollah?
First of all, we should really record here and say that this Israeli enemy was defeated politically, militarily, and socially, and psychologically, and could not do anything against this resistance. And when he could not do that, especially in the hostilities during 2006, he really was not able to refuse this deal. Especially the Israelis want something from their leadership, from Olmert, who was defeated in 2006, and others. And of course, he expressed his sadness, his illness, and his inability to do anything against Hezbollah. The tactics and the willingness of the leadership of the resistance, and also the preparation for kidnapping another Israelis if they fail to make this deal and refuse to do this deal.
Now, what do you
this was signaled by Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah during his great speech, excellent speech, who said if the Israelis refuse to make this deal, they have to go for another battle.
They would have been prepared for future abductions as well. Mr. Saleh, what do you think the future holds for Mr. Kuntar? Now he's an iconic figure who also said he was willing to go back to Palestine, possibly to carry on with resistance. Or do you think he may be pursuing a more a political career, like running for parliament in Lebanon?
Yes, from his speech tonight, he shows of a great understanding of the resistance, and he promised the Lebanese of continuing this struggle, this resistance against the Israeli enemy, and he greeted the Lebanese and told them that I'm going to continue until I go back to Palestine. and really this guy is promising, and his talks show that he is a doctrinate person, and he has the will to do so. Especially he greeted the resistance, as I mentioned, during all the days, and he asked the leaders of the resistance many times that don't make the deal which make me free and you pay a high price. Please wait until you are satisfied with this deal. So I expect a great future for this really free person.
Mr. Saleh.
And he showed a great responsibility for this.
Finally, and very quickly, if possible, Mr. Kuntar, in his speech, did not mention Michel Suleiman while he thanked all the resistance groups, and he also thanked Emil Lahoud, the former Lebanese president. Why is that? Why do you think he did not make any mention of Michel Suleiman?
He may have forgotten to really mention President Suleiman.